Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today's topic will be the visit to the White House by South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa. There was a question posed by one of the reporters there. What will it take for Trump to realize that the allegations of genocide in South Africa are just that, allegations? The South African President Ramaphosa decided to take that question. Let's hear his answer.
What will it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
Well, I can answer that for the president. It's, for him, no, seriously.
I'd rather have him answer.
Yeah, I'd rather answer that. It will be.
Our president will respond to you.
Yeah, let me,
Thank you, Mr. President.
it will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans, some of whom are his good friends, like those who are here. When we have talks between us on the around a quiet table, it will take President Trump to listen to them. I'm not going to be repeating what I've been saying. I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me. So it'll take him, President Trump, listening to their stories, to their perspective. That is the answer to your question.
So the South African president basically told Donald Trump that you need to listen and learn. Stop listening to the likes of Stephen Miller and Elon Musk, people who have an agenda that they're trying to fill and putting on these lies about genocide in South Africa. He gave an answer, he gave a direct answer, and that was really good. So up next in this clip coming up, we're going to hear him speak with Donald Trump about crime, the crime wave and people dying, which is mostly Black Africans. And we'll talk about it on the other side. Let's see what they have to say in this.
We have a multi-party democracy in South Africa that allows people to express themselves, political parties to adhere to various policies, and in many cases, or in some cases, those policies do not go along with government policy. Our government policy is completely against what he was saying, even in the parliament. And they're a small minority party, which is allowed to exist in terms of our constitution.
But you do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
Nobody can
and
take
then when
land.
they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No, there is
Nothing happens to them.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are Black people. And we have now
The
been
farmers are
utilized.
black. The farmers are not black.
The South African president, once again, had to shut Donald Trump down with his lies, where he actually tried to make it seem like there's a genocide of white South Africans in South Africa going on, when the majority of the people that are being killed in that crime wave over there are Black South Africans. So stop trying to push the Elon Musk, Stephen Miller lying agenda about this situation, Donald Trump. Do your homework and learn something. In this next clip, we're going to witness the Ministry of Agriculture that's a part of the cabinet of the Black South African administration. He's a white Ministry of Agriculture that was brought along to be able to explain the situation in this instance, where this question from a reporter about the outward migration of white farmers from South Africa to America. How will the country hold up with this outward migration? Let's hear what this Ministry of Agriculture has to say about the outward migration of farmers from South Africa.
What can I say?
Brian, go.
If I can just ask you a question. 72% of farmers in your country are white. If they flee Do you feel that maybe the economy could collapse? You may not have a gap to fill in those people that need to replace those farmers.
You know, I'd like my Minister of Agriculture, who is white, who comes from an opposition party to mine, who's joined my government at my invitation to address this very issue, including the question that you've just raised. John?
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Yeah.
And Mr. President, thank you for welcoming us to the White House. I would say we have a rural safety problem in South Africa. I don't think anyone wants to candy coat that. And it requires a lot of effort to get on top of it. It's going to require more policing resources. It's going to require different strategy to be able to deal with it. But certainly the majority of South Africa's commercial and smallholder farmers really do want to stay in South Africa and make it work. And I've just come from the largest agricultural show in the Southern Hemisphere with organized agriculture and farmers, and the majority of them want to stay. But they too, they have a memorial to those who died as a result of farm attacks. And as the Minister of Agriculture, it is something that I'm particularly exercised with my colleagues at police and my colleagues in the justice cluster to start making farm attacks and stock theft a priority crime. And it affects all farmers in South Africa, particularly stock theft. It has a disproportionate effect on smallholder black farmers. I also want to just say this, that the two individuals that are in that video that you've seen are both leaders of opposition minority parties in South Africa. Umkhonto weSizwe under Mr. Zuma and the economic freedom fighters under Mr. Malema. Now, the reason that my party, the Democratic Alliance, which has been an opposition party for over 30 years, chose to join hands with Mr. Ramaphosa's party was precisely to keep those people out of power. We cannot have those people sitting in the union buildings making decisions. And that is why after 30 years of us exchanging barbs across the floor in Parliament and trying to get one over on each other, we've decided to join hands precisely to keep that lot out of government. Because the day they get in to the doors of the union buildings in South Africa or control of our parliament, that's what you're going to see. And that is why this government, working together, needs the support of our allies around the world so that we can strengthen our hand, grow our economy, and shut the door forever on that rabble getting through the doors of the union bodies, because then South Africa's future would be...
So you denounced that type of language in the video that you saw?
Oh, yes. We've always done so. As government, as my own party, we are completely opposed to that. We, in 1955, adopted a document which said South Africa belongs to all who live in it.
So my take and conclusion of this meeting between Donald Trump and the South African president is basically that this guy came with receipts, proving to Donald Trump and the world who's watching that there is no genocide of white farmers taking place in South Africa. There's a crime wave going on there, just like there's crime here in America and all over the world. And the people who are getting the short end of the stick and being killed the most, once again, are black people in South Africa, not white farmers. And they came ready to speak with Donald Trump about trade, about the two countries working together to try and benefit the citizens of both countries. The agricultural minister spoke on that question about the outward migration of farmers, white farmers from South Africa to America, because I hear there's supposed to be up to about 8,000 of them leaving there. How is that going to leave that country? But in my opinion, this was a masterclass by the South African president who allowed persons, at least this minister of agriculture, to speak on the behalf of the South African government, a white person. You did not see a black person in Donald Trump's cabinet have anything to say to the world, because there is no diversity in that administration. So we can all say that this meeting was overshadowed by a negativity that Donald Trump brought to the table, but it was highlighted by a positivity that was brought to the table by the South African president. And it was refreshing to see that the president of South Africa came here trying to work with Donald Trump and his administration. And Donald Trump came with a hostile attitude, trying to make it seem like this man and his government and his cabinet are the worst people. No, Donald Trump, your cabinet, your attitude, the way that you and Elon Musk and Stephen Miller are going about things all around the world right now are the bad ones. And we all know that. The world knows it. So I'll see you on the next one. Just let me know what you think down in the comments about this meeting between these two presidents. And I wonder if your take is going to be anything like mine. All right, guys, I'll leave it right there. Like and subscribe, please. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. I ask you guys to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you.